No. 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 Oh, shit.
Welcome, everybody, to the Plumes of Hazard. I just got a notification on my watch that we just went live. I am your host, the Angsful Vapor. To my left is the one, the only, the beautiful Fubaka. And below me, right there, is the one and only Voider of Warranties himself, the Blaster of Masters 09.
What up, Josh? What up?
Howdy.
Why?
Welcome. How y'all doing?
I'm tired as fuck.
Tired.
You tired? So we had some questions up front, which, by the way, don't feel bad. I had the same questions about what in the world the title was a reference to. So Master just reminded me that I probably could find a way to download it and play it for you guys. So I did. I hope you enjoyed that. The other one was something else that I think is one of you guys posted. That roller coaster one was too good not to share. Oh shit! Oh god! Slaunch.
Launch farts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Delicious. So good. There are more strange creatures than just farting ghosts. Yes, there is. And by the way, I don't think I mentioned this, but God, this was like maybe a month ago. It was less than 2 months ago. It was just, within weeks. I saw a reference to a new Z Frank video, and he's posted several new true facts about animal things recently. Mm-hmm. One of which was the sailing snails, it was really quite good. In fact, it might have been the best produced one yet, with really, really like sharp quality video and solid jokes. It may not have been as funny as some of the other ones, but it was still funny. It's good. It's as good as you Frank true facts things. It made me laugh. So the booger thing, Massey, is I think I remember seeing that was like 9 years old.
You're gonna have to ask Fu about that, because not me.
Oh no, that show name idea I have to credit to C Death.
Yeah,
a lot of people. He's the one that posted the video.
Yep, he's the one who posted it. He's the one that
I kind of casually asked Mast, I'm like, what should we call the show tonight? And see, that's just like booger FartyButt.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
legit,
okay.
That video 9 years old.
Wow.
It was posted on Daily Motion 9 years ago.
Well, yeah, he said that he's like booger FartyButt, and then we were like, what? And he's like, okay, I'll find it. Okay.
Way to go.
And he's like, yeah, it's from this. There you go.
I love it. Way to go, C-Dub. Let's see. Yeah, Festi Po, where the blast off counts down from 50 instead of 10. Yeah, that's about right. By the way,
about right.
I do love the fact that our mods are just as able to send out the razzes Just like the rest of you bastards. Oh, anyway, so Fessy, that's what I was talking about. You was talking about strange creatures. That's what made me think about Z Frank. Because he's always good for a laugh. I don't know if that was from the state or not, Vic. I don't know where it was from. I don't recognize the actor. Did my thing turn off? I don't recognize the actor. I didn't recognize the show. You know, based on the cinematography. You know, I just didn't recognize it. But it's really funny.
So,
Yeah.
have you guys been seeing the commercials on TV for pretty much Google Hangouts?
No.
Yeah. Dude.
Do they have the Hangout toolbox?
No. Well, yeah, I don't know. They just came out and started.
My nephew sent me a YouTube ad for it because me and my nephew, like, I showed my nephew Hangouts like years ago just because like we were using it, and he's just like, my nephew's 14 and he's like, why are they talking about it's this crazy new thing? I'm like,
yeah,
I know.
Well, it's because it's the new meat thing, right?
Is
that why they're advertising it, because they're rebranding it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when I saw the commercial, I was like I saw it playing on TV, and I was in the kitchen. I turned around and I was like, that's Google. And then sure enough, at the end of it, it's like, buy Google.
Right.
New. And I'm like, no.
Wait.
Fuckers, this is gone.
You mute people in Google Meet?
Does it go ding?
Yeah, if it doesn't ding, I don't even want to talk to him about it.
No, that's fine. No. It was great because as much as I missed the dink, Sean getting cut off and him not realizing.
So
it's the best.
Until he heard us laughing.
So here's from the wiki, okay? Google Meet is a video communication service developed by Google. It is one of two apps that constitute a new version of Google Hangouts, the other being Google Chat.
Yeah.
Okay. Google will begin to retire the classic version of Hangouts in October 2019, initially a commercial service. In April 2020, Google started rolling it out free for users as well, causing speculation about whether the consumer version of Google Meet would accelerate the deprecation of the Google Hangouts piece. Yeah.
So I've been using the project that I'm on at work. I've been going back to using Google Messenger, to go back and forth with my colleagues and coordinate and stuff. And then it was just a couple of months ago, I noticed that there was chat.google.com, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I started using that. But the problem is you can't, if you do like a Hangout link, like you do a video call or whatever, it doesn't work from chat. You have to go back over to the Gmail thin client and launch it from there. It's so buggy.
Yeah, that's how I'm trying to get my nephew to use Discord.
Yeah.
And all right, I just started
else. So yeah, he was trying to start a Google Hangout with me, and I'm like, oh, just send me the link. He's like, no, I'm trying to call you, and I'm like, I had to open up my Gmail and.
All right, so Angsty, at the end of the show, just paste a Google Meet link, and everybody can join for 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes.
We're only gonna have like 3 people come in anyway. So.
I mean, we did that 40-minute show the other week.
Yeah, we did. Needed to run that week.
The pores. We call that the pores show.
You know who I'm hoping pops in? I'm hoping Ace pops in because I'm still looking for my 510. I think you forgot to send it.
You know what I should have done?
What?
I should have listened to my heart and gone to the deli and gotten a fucking pastrami sandwich.
That is always the answer.
Because I was craving it yesterday, but I'm like, no, I'll get it tomorrow. I still have leftovers to finish. So I finished my leftovers, and today I don't know why I didn't get a fucking sandwich.
Should have done.
I'm regretting it now because the deli, while it recently reopened, it's not open 24 hours. They're only open until 9.
That's
too bad. Go for a fucking pastrami right
Yo,
now.
so check and chat and see if we could play this video later. This is a good one too. Just peep it.
Yee.
Yee.
I know you posted the
chat link, dude.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
I was like, that's a weird.
That's weird.
link, but okay, I'll click on it.
I'm like,
Yeah.
why did
No,
I preview
that's
chat
weird.
window?
I copied and pasted, and
Oh,
yeah.
I don't have a way of getting that. But maybe we can run it as a pre-run next week.
yeah, true. I might be able to get it. That's a good one.
Word. Yeah, Festy, Google Meet where we will know your blood type in the first 2 minutes. Yeah,
That's true.
that's right.
That's a requirement before you can actually join.
Mm-hmm.
So, if anyone's been, well, let's take this back. If anyone remembers the old chips on motherboards where you could flash, when you talk about flashing the BIOS on an old machine,
Show it your dick.
That's because back in the day, the chips would have a Windows on the top that you could peel the sticker and you could erase what was on that chip to reflash them. Right. So you would have to, if you hit them with a UV light, would basically wipe them. So all these people are starting with this whole COVID thing, are starting to get into, because the commander-in-chief, said about UV lights and putting UV lights in people's bodies and stuff like that.
Right.
And some people are getting hurt by experimenting with this stuff, even though there has been plenty of warnings and things to basically say no. And this kind of ties into, vaping with, I saw that, was it Anakin that was coming out with a vape tip?
No, it was Aspire, I think.
Aspire?
I think we talked about last week?
Last week, yeah. So were they using UV light? Do you remember?
Yeah, UVC.
Yeah. So that stuff is no joke. Like,
no, it's not.
UVC will destroy pretty much any organic matter after long enough.
Yeah. Even after seconds of being, depending on how intense it is.
Yeah. So, because some of these people are using it to put their masks in these boxes, and it's fine, but they forget that any of the rubber stuff is going to deteriorate, right?
Right. Or if you reach your hand in there without turning it off or whatever, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So this also ties into ozone. So there's a lot of people that are building these boxes and they're buying these UVC bulbs without having any proper equipment to measure and all this stuff. Sure, it's great about killing any organic stuff, but it's also going to kill anything else that light seeps out to, right? And it does also create ozone. So in the Hangout, I don't know if you guys saw it, but someone had posted the video of this Russian guy taking a mercury vapor lamp and breaking the outside and just using the filament internally and running it in his house as an experiment for 5 minutes to kill anything that was in the room. It was crazy because this thing just lights up. It's super bright and it's like blue. Yeah. And that puts out UVC, but it also creates a lot of ozone.
Sure. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of ozone, but too much of it, bad news.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. But you basically have to open a window to do that.
Right.
But
just blow the wind of God at it.
Yeah. It just reminded me of the Aspire thing with cleaning, the cleaning tips. Yeah. And it doesn't take long, Yeah.
That one was a tiny little LED inside, and it was on a timer too. It only lit for 30 seconds or whatever it is. So I think that was probably fine. But Big Clive did a big old long a series of videos a while back about UV in general, but specifically UVC. And he was talking about that nightclub in China that bought the bulbs because they thought it was a pretty color, which it was. But then it basically gave everybody arc flash, like sunburns on their retinas. Yep. And he said that what did he describe it as? Like when you go to bed and you close your eyes or whatever, it's like you've got sand in your eyes and you can't get it out no matter what you do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I don't. Eye stuff wigs me out, man. Not much does, but eye stuff and
eyes and ears, dude. Eyes and ears.
Yeah, no, ears I'm fine. Eye stuff, like I can't. Now listen, if I get something in my eye, I can prop that bitch open. I could take a Q-tip, stick it in there, and clean. I mean, because I've had to do that before. I've had something like I've been working under a car, and all of a sudden, you hit that impact wrench, and just that little piece, and it
Little piece of metal or something again there.
Falls on the inside of it.
Yeah.
If I start thinking about it, I just like I can't, or other people's eyes, like that just it just wigs me out. But that I saw that people were talking about the generation of the UVC and ozone and stuff. So just crazy stuff. But
so Dennis, you're right. Suck My Mod. Matt did one. That was the first one that I saw. Will, one of our mods, pointed it out to me before the show last week to look at it. I mean, he was talking about like you can take the cap off and like put it down onto your phone and like hold it for 10 seconds and move it, a half an inch over and hold it for 10 seconds. Like you can technically do it for bigger things than just drip tips.
Yeah.
But obviously you'd have to be pretty committed to do that. I'll just take some alcohol.
Yeah, what the fuck happened to hot water and dish soap?
Yeah, well,
I thought hand sanitizer was already lazy.
Well, that's one of the things with ozone. So there's the car industry has been using ozone generators, or the detailing industry has been using ozone generators for a long time.
Yeah,
I had it done in my trucks when I bought my truck. The previous person smoked
smoker, yeah,
and it was pretty bad. So they they ran it and it cleared up quite a bit, but you could still kind of smell it. And the guy's like, yeah, he's like, we can't treat it again. He goes, because it'll start deteriorating your weather seals, anything rubber inside. Right. He goes, some people will leave it on, overnight, and he goes, it's not good. It will start eating at. I'm guessing it's organic materials.
Yes.
That it starts, just I guess destroying. So, but anyways,
it's cool that it works, right? But from what I understand, UV A and B is basically the B is what actually gives you the suntan, but C gets blocked by our atmosphere just in general. Like very, very little C makes it all the way down through this far because of the wavelength and how our atmosphere works. But we can obviously generate UVC locally, using certain bulbs.
So this group that I just found, someone just posted, this group that I'm in, it's a group of a bunch of people, actually all over the world that have been making PPE for hospitals and stuff. Because I did some shields and stuff like that on the laser, and so it's cool. They're sharing designs and what's working and what's not, because obviously people think that they can just make something and take it and donate it to the hospital and they're going to use it, and
right.
Big percentage of the time they can't. Because they're, you got all these people 3D printing stuff, and now the plastic is porous, they can't clean it, and whatever. But so somebody posted about real UVC lights and fake ones, and it's Big Clive's fake UV link to all of the ones that he's taken apart and done that are real UVC and fake UVC.
That's awesome. That's awesome. But, so that OZONE product is like that spray can or whatever. I don't know what's actually in that, but I have used it before, and it does seem like it takes out odors pretty well.
So I know I got my dad, he uses a CPAP machine, and he was like, he's like, I try to clean it best as I can, blah blah blah, and you have to keep up with cleaning those guys. And his is, it's got the water tank and all that other stuff, and warmer, so the air isn't
too dry,
cold and dry. So I got him an ozone generator cleaner that's meant for CPAP machines.
Okay,
dude, that shit works. Like, I turned it on and it's cool. It's got a 2600 mAh battery in it, so it's portable. You just hook up the hose to it and you let it backflow through the machine, and you can fucking smell that ozone. Like, yeah. Instantly.
That's honestly probably one of the best uses for ozone, or those in particular, because and I know other people have used like similar breathing machines. Those shits get fucking dirty.
Yeah. My dad, he has it has the bag for the nose, the nose piece and all that, and
cannula, right?
What's that?
The cannula, the thing that goes on your
nose. Yeah. I didn't know what it was called. But yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, so far,
they can have mold issues with them, and that's just
and it's cool. It runs. Yeah, I mean, it's well, especially down here. It's Florida already, nasty hot moisture. You know, that's like I was out in the garage earlier, and I had the mini split unit on out there. And I'm like, yeah, it's 85 outside and 60%, 65% humidity, and it's a nice 73 in here and like 45% humidity, nice and low. And everybody that lives on the West Coast was like, LOL, low humidity. we were at like 5 a few days ago or something like that.
Yeah, the people out there are dry like toast.
I was out.
Boom.
Boom.
Addie still hitting on that awesome lineman and abetting.
Yeah. There's someone named Todd just talked about in there, but he doesn't look like the Todd that I know. He's a different Todd. An imposter, that is.
Todd Poster.
The Todd Poster. Yeah, so I mean, if you think about like your vacuum cleaner, or better examples like your HVAC system or whatever, like how the air in your house, relatively clean, but you cycle enough air through it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, those breathing machines, they gotta get nasty because I mean, like, look at your ceiling fan, right? All you gotta do is turn it off.
Well, the ceiling fans are just dust. the thing is, the constant in the CPAP machine is moisture from you.
Right.
Breathing.
Yeah. Right.
And
and moisture in the air that it's feeding you.
Yeah,
because
that too.
Right. And because it's
because you already have to like change out like the tubes and all that you're putting into your nose every so often.
Yeah.
Oh. So. Festi said it's not sorry, the cannula is the thing that does it, but he said that CPAP is like a full mask.
Yeah, he's got just the one that goes in your nose. So
okay.
I don't know if it's a what it's called.
Says, ex-smokers live here. You got to give the link. It's like, okay. That's true, I suppose. I suppose. So.
I moisturize at 8,300 feet. I see what you did
there. Yeah, Chuff saved me some headaches when I was at the hotel during the con last year. He's like, just fill that tub full of water and leave your door open to the bathroom. I'm like, that's a good idea.
Hey, that's not a bad. I never really thought about that. That's a good idea.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, fill that tub full of water and leave the door open. I'm like, all right.
Some passive evaporative.
Well, yeah, he's like, you get done taking a shower, just put the thing on it, let the hot water still run.
Yeah.
And, just leave the door open.
I mean, I know we're in a desert, but, just waste a bunch of water. It's fine. As long as you're happy.
I mean, I could have gotten in it later. Well, and the fucked up part was that the one night, the one room I was in, there was no fucking hot water. And I take pretty cold showers as it is.
Yeah.
Like, I get in mine and I turn it just a little, I don't do super hot. I get in there, after my wife's been in there, it's like, fucking shit, it's a fucking 1,000 degrees. But so
I'm pretty sure women actually like to parboil themselves. I think that's like their MO. I don't know why. I can't stand it.
Yeah, that's true.
I sure as shit don't mind boiling myself if I'm cold. Fuck. Dude, like when I was in high school, that's what I would do. That was my move in the morning. Because the thing is, it would be cold as fuck in my bathroom, so I would run the shower hot.
Yeah.
Get the tile warm, and then I would just kind of lean and fall asleep. That shit just... I mastered the art of falling asleep standing up in the shower, just kind of hunched over against the wall, and then I just hear my sister bang on the door because I'm like,
What do you mean you want some hot water? Get out of here.
Even that is just like, hey, I need the bathroom B. I'm running late for school. I'm like,
Oh boy, right on. We were before the show. We were just discussing our current inventories. It is getting about that time to re-up on my rail cracker. I've only got.
Are you serious?
I got like 4 bottles left.
4?
Mm-hmm.
How much you fucking go through? I ordered 4 bottles of Snowdrift. I mean, I'm down. Like, I'm finishing up my second to last one.
Mm. Well,
I'm
at 3. Are you still at 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one reason. I'm still at 3, and also I've had a really bad the last few months.
Yeah, I guess.
So I have been vaping more than I normally do. That's for sure. Because normally,
I haven't had my sister-in-law living with me, so
yeah, I normally would order 6, around 6 bottles, whatever, and it would last me for about as long as this has. But I'm through at least that many now.
yeah. Because when I first switched back to 6 off the salts, like my first few days, I was fucking flying through 6, and then I kind of stabilized.
Yeah. I probably should consider going back up to 6 if I wanted to reduce the amount.
Dude, that's where the goat that's what the goat flavor is. Okay,
Yeah.
Change my mind. Of course, fucking contrarian Jay's like 4.5 snowdrift is the best, and I'm like, eat my ends.
4.5. If you're making it yourself, sure, right? You could.
Look, I understand you don't want to do the 6, but don't insult my intelligence and say, I know it's your juice and all, but don't no.
Yeah, it's funny, Horror. That is so historically in my house when I was growing up, that was totally the case, right? You dump the toilet, you get the shock right in the shower. That doesn't happen in my house. I don't know why. You can sit there and flush the toilet all day long. You don't even notice the difference in water pressure.
Doesn't happen in mine either. Yeah.
So that's the thing. I still have my temperature in the shower. I just lose a little bit of pressure in my house when you do that.
Yeah.
So
I'll get like you can feel it in the water a little bit. Like it's still plenty of water, but it definitely like.
Yeah, we have family over here. I'm like, I get ready first in the morning. Like, it's so funny because on a regular day, I might drag my feet in the morning, but I'm like, I'm a fucking gamer. If there are like people staying in my house, and I'm like, you know what, I'm getting to the bathroom first. I'm gonna wake up before all you motherfuckers, even though I'm not a morning person. But that's just how. I want warm water to myself. B, it's gonna be fucking chaos after this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If we have like go somewhere in the morning, I'm like up and like fucking dressed before, like as people are just waking up. I'm like got my leg crossed.
Nice of you to join us.
I'm just sitting there, just in the living room, just like having some coffee. I'm like. That is the only time you will see me be ready before you.
Yeah.
Did you see the picture Josh posted? It says
the condescending one.
Well, no, the Amazon one. Amazon, our Prime deliveries may be delayed due to COVID-19. Me, that's okay. Hits accept. Amazon, seconds later, package smashes through the living room window.
Yeah.
Ain't that truth?
No, it's not even that. It's the shit that I need. Like, because there are things that I order where I'm like, this would be cool if it showed up a little sooner.
Yeah,
it's always like the dumb shit you order that shows up in 2 days. Yeah. That's how it's been. And like the shit that I actually need, like the stuff that they said that we were prioritizing and shipping is taking longer to get here.
It's whatever they had handy in the warehouse to throw in a box.
And that's the thing is that like it's so like I don't know why you would say that, but it's so inconsistent depending on your market.
Yeah. I guess they got to cover their butts that way, but
so I'm just like, yo, I may have like found ramen on Amazon for a decent price, and I'm like, boom, supposed to be here like 2 days ago.
How's the inventory? Oh man.
I mean, I haven't needed that many essential things. Like I've been ordering more like I needed dish soap and shit, like stuff like that, household stuff that I needed. So I ordered that. I figured that would get delivered a little bit sooner, but
yeah.
And my ramen.
I meant like local stuff, like you go down to your market or wherever you shop.
Locally, I mean, the only thing I'm really buying locally is produce.
Gotcha.
Like frozen shit. I mean, frozen vegetables if I can. Like I bought like 2 5-pound bags from Costco the other weekend. So if I can get because the frozen shit is still kind of tough in terms of variety. Like the shit I normally get isn't always readily available.
Yeah.
I am gonna need paper towels soon. Like I'm good on toilet paper for months because I've learned that a lot of people in our Discord, two in particular, I think they use way too much toilet paper. Just saying.
Yeah.
It's too thick and they use too much.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I'm on my third roll since the middle of March, and I just put that shit in over the weekend.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
No, I know people that go through a roll every fucking 10 to 12 days.
Oh, a roll?
That's silly.
In a week and a half? Oh yeah, I totally know people like that for sure.
Like I'm sorry. Go and put myself out here. That's too much.
It's too much.
If you grew up in my house using that much fucking 12 paper, you get your ass beat.
Yeah.
You may not even be still alive.
So my office shares a wall with a half bath on this side of the house, and
I know I pooped in that toilet.
Yeah, you did. So I was telling everybody else. So I have definitely heard people go in there, and after I heard wah wah wah, like you can hear it just coming off the roll. And I'm like,
no, I'm so graceful with it. No, I do this. I do the. That's what I do.
Yeah. Yeah, Vic's got a bidet.
My nephew was doing this. I'm like, what are you doing? Right. I had to fucking fix 2 clogs when he was staying. I'm like, bruh.
Are you making a tiki torch?
Bruh.
Yeah. Yeah, wrapping a Fabergé egg you're going to send internationally?
I'll fucking go wax the car outside with that much, man.
Right. My thing is, so I have always... one of the few luxuries that I allow myself is nice toilet paper. I hate 2-ply like shitty toilet paper. I just hate it. So I buy nicer toilet paper, but I use 3 sheets per go, per attempt, so to speak. And that's it. That's all you got to use.
Also, yeah, eat better, you fucking monkeys.
Yeah. But I got to say, it is more often than not people of the female persuasion that are definitely going through it.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. If it's
we don't necessarily need it for numero uno and dos. They need it for both. So
there's that too. Yeah, absolutely. That's
so.
Mm-hmm. I was supposed to just talking even just deuces.
Sometimes you have to kick into the wind in the football game. That's just how it rolls.
Mm-hmm. So that is something I am curious to see, because Discord's been lit up with this, with the bidets, right? Everybody talking about bidets and bidets.
Because it's been the hype shit amid toilet paper shortages at any.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. I would be curious to see sales and spiking around now, the last month or so.
Dude, I have fucking 2 webcams that I have 2 spare webcams I could probably get at least $100 for a piece on eBay, because I only know the things that are sold out are the things that I need, like when I was trying to order certain snacks or this or that or paper goods. But there's just a whole other trove of shit that has gone extinct in the midst of this, like webcams.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of it's an item I already have and it kind of escaped my purview. But yeah, they're fucking sold out everywhere.
Horace said, did you see that Tesla's thinking about getting out of Cali? I don't blame them at all. Are you kidding me?
I don't know why they were doing business there in the first place.
No. Absolutely not, dude. Moved to Texas.
I think they were trying to be hip and establish the branding there, but no. If you're at the end of the day, they're not a tech company, in a lot of ways, right? At the end of the day, they have a product that needs to be produced and requires a lot of fucking labor, and that is not the place to do it. Everything's expensive.
Right. But the regulatory situation in California is out of control.
Well, that too. Yeah. But I'm just from a sheer cost standpoint and taxes and all that shit, get the fuck out. Yeah. I mean, you want to start a fruit subsidiary? Yeah, sure, do that. You want to start growing weed out there? Go ahead.
Right. Addy says
Tesla Model Dank.
That's an interesting stat, Addy. He says Musk fires an average of 800 employees a year for not meeting aggressive performance quotas. I don't doubt that at all. I can see that.
That's probably true.
I could see that because he's definitely.
It was also like a startup too. You know what I mean? So it's
right.
I would not be surprised if they're spending that's the thing. At the end of the day, he probably needs to right his ship too. He's probably spending way too much money on way too many people.
Yeah.
You gotta. That's part of being publicly traded.
Yeah. No, so Tesla, I think, is a fascinating company. They've got a fascinating product. I would totally buy one, except for all the ridiculous blue laws that most every state has still got about buying cars and having to have a locally owned dealership right nearby, and you can't.
Dude, do not get me fucking started on car dealerships.
Yeah,
but continue.
Well, no, I would be in the market for his cars, but and by they I don't mean Tesla. I mean the government has made it so difficult for me to get a hold of one. Like I can't even go test drive one. Like I can't just go buy one. Forget the fact that they've been back ordered
because of fucking laws that add cost to a car. Yeah.
That and you have to have a locally privately owned dealership. Like that's part of the
no, exactly. That's what I mean. Like we're the only country in the world that does that stupid shit.
Yeah, it's crazy, and we don't do it for anything else, right? Any other thing you can sell direct from the factory except for a car.
Yeah, we just too many layers of people having their fucking hands out, and car dealerships like, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. But that's
probably like my third least favorite institution of this country. Yeah.
I did quite a bit of research a year or two ago because I was thinking about buying one, and it's a fascinating product, and it's definitely got a lot of downsides. So I'm not like being a cheerleader.
One big one for me.
But the thing that gets me is how admittedly the whole dealership problem, and it's been a pain in the butt. Like I get that, but they haven't done the work to make the rest of it easy for you. Like as far as what they can do. They've not made it easy, first of all. Second of all, they keep delivering products. I keep hearing it time after time about products that are not painted properly, or like quarter panels that are not painted at all, and scratches, and like they just haven't figured that part of stuff out yet, which is frustrating for something that costs.
Oh, so you're buying an Italian high-end mod?
Yeah, like I want to pick my block. No, but. That there's whole videos out there of people that are owners saying, here is a checklist of what you need to do when you take delivery before you sign it. These are all the things that we have seen that are common that you should check before you take delivery. Otherwise you're boned. Like you can just get totally screwed and pick up a car that's not worth what you just paid for it.
What was I going to say? I got to drive one briefly. And it's great. Here's my big hang-up. I don't like the all-touch panel.
Yeah, I could see that.
I'm a fucking boomer when it comes to a car, and
you want a knob.
I want volume. Yeah. That's all I need. Volume.
Yeah. You need a couple of hard buttons, I think. I agree, and I'm a tech guy, but you do need a couple of buttons. Volume's one of them.
Because the thing is, like, there are volume buttons in the wheel, but it ain't like, yeah.
Yeah. You need like a quick mute.
I think Colin was getting on me, but he called me a boomer for not wanting it. And I'm like, fucking drive me. Fuck up.
I haven't lived long term with one, so this is maybe you get used to this kind of thing, but the interface that you've got, while it's beautiful and it's cool and it's neat that it changes all the time and whatever, like having to go so deep to do certain things that you do all the time, like bumping the temperature or the fan or turn the radio up and down or whatever, right?
It does have its pluses. Like I like the fact that I can have a map based on a fucking tablet right there. Just from navigation and shit, that's cool because I could go and do my Star Trek thing and
Festy, absolutely. Plus the lockdown repair thing, for sure. Like they make it a complete pain in the butt to do because I've watched videos that are guys that are tinkerers and whatever and have no problem fixing their own cars, and it is.
And that's why Masty would never own a Tesla.
That's right.
Should be powered by a freaking Hemi.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a Tesla that had, I think it was like a freaking blown 500 or some shit. Just completely not a Tesla.
Yeah, Festy, like there are certain concessions I had to make just from a car audio standpoint. Like my old Saturn had like an awesome Pioneer deck in it, and I knew all the buttons by touch, right?
Yeah.
Well, then I don't have that stereo anymore, and I'm in a Honda now. I don't use CDs anymore or any of that.
Right.
I have my iPod or my phone now.
Yeah.
Furthest I'm willing to go at the time, and even now. I know where on my screen to hit pause when Spotify's on. That's about it. It's kind of, that's easy.
Yeah.
Because it's limited amount of surface area. Worst case, I fuck up and I hit next.
Right. Right.
The whole goddamn touch screen, I'm just like,
Yeah, and hopefully the car's driving itself at that point, right? And you can just go look at it all you like.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like I've put a lot of, I guess, time into kind of being a more diligent driver and all of that. And so I'm just like, no, just do the driving for me, and I can be irresponsible and be on the phone. Well, that's the thing. That's the hardest part for me to get used to. Yeah, it's like when you're riding shotgun sometimes and you're reacting like a driver sometimes.
Right. Right. I mean, that it would be hard enough for me to buy something that's an automatic transmission. Forget the fact that it's driving itself. That it would be weird. It would be weird for sure. Rob says that the Model X has plenty of buttons. That's cool. They added more like physical buttons to the X. I didn't know that. The X is their little SUV thing, right? The crossover thing.
That's the one my old neighbor had.
Yeah. What if you're wearing gloves? Hopefully you have those capacitive sensitive ones.
Right. Put some Mitex in there.
Or you can just use a hot dog. You can keep a hot dog in your car and just.
Oh, could you do it, Mass? Could you put a P9 start button in there?
Oh yeah, there should be.
Like straight up, like how many amps is it to start a Tesla?
I miss my Bronco with the P9.
I forgot you had a P9 in your Bronco. I totally forgot about that.
So here's the thing, though. Wouldn't the motor generate more amperage? Wouldn't an engine need more amperage to start than an electric motor? Or
yeah,
no? Like how many amps is it to start a Tesla versus your Bronco?
Well, no, because you got to remember the amperage that you're drawing when you're starting a regular vehicle is what the starter motor is drawing. That's it.
Against the flywheel and
huge. Yeah. So you got a crazy, which is why this whole thing about the start stop with all these vehicles, the new vehicles with the start stop.
I don't like it personally.
I get that. Well, so here we'll try to answer the question first about the amperage. I mean, I don't know, what kind of amperage it takes to get a whatever 4,000, 5,000 pound car moving. Especially
but the ignition switch would be nothing. You could probably
talk about the ignition switch of a Bronco versus like a Model X.
Well, No. I mean, ignition wise, no, nothing for the electric car. Yeah. The only way you're pulling any kind of amperage is when you start going, right? When you hit the accelerator. So
it's all contingent on that.
And I'm pretty sure it's way higher in a electric car than your starter. I mean, you're
but the car's already on. That's not going through the switch at that point, right?
Correct. Yeah. That's just hitting the gas. Shit. Where was I going with this? The whole start stop thing with the newer cars. And so first of all, you have to have a special battery. All these newer batteries are meant to take that constant. But I get it that also the starters are different. But I mean that's as simple as it gets as a motor, right? So you normally would in a day maybe do that 2-3 times, maybe, right?
What,
you start your car, right? You start in the morning, you go to work, you stop, you got to work, start it again, come back home. Maybe you go out one more time. That's it, right? 3 versus you just left. You got to the after the car gets up to temperature, everything's good. You get to the stoplight, it's off. You hit the gas, it's back on.
Oh, you mean the idle stop ones?
Dude,
it's back on.
Stress at the end of the day.
The idle stop thing drives me insane. I hate it.
Every time I'm crossing the street,
but you bring it
once
up
or twice a day, I hear one of those cars, and I get triggered.
You bring it up, and a lot of people are like, "Oh no, it's been designed to do this," and I'm like, "Bullshit! You're still fucking using a motor." Yeah. Like, I get it. I can guarantee you that the batteries are way more fucking expensive, and they are.
Oh yeah.
And I would love to see what replacing one of those starters is going to cost.
Exactly.
So I've been told, I did research on this, so that the starters they had to overrate them from previous ones. Their duty cycles have to be it's 8 times more or something like that, because to your point, they're running a bajillion times more than you ever would before.
Yep.
And the batteries also are deeper cycle and more expensive and whatever. So that way you can start and stop and start and stop and start and stop. Ah! I hate those cars, but unfortunately the one that I'm shopping for right now, they all are like that. I can't.
Yes,
and there's a goddamn environmental cost to that.
Yes, there are.
They are all like that. On the Fords, I know that there is a bypass plug that you can use, you can buy to plug in that bypasses but in the wife's car and the Palisade, it is, you have an auto start stop button, but you have to hit it every time you get into the car.
Every time you start the car.
Turn it off.
Yep.
And see, that's what the government's been mandating, so that way people don't just disable it, Right. And here in Florida, it's usually okay because the AC is on and it won't turn off unless, it's cooled down enough and all that. Yeah. But it drives me insane when it goes off. I'm like, it's like, why does it drive you crazy? I'm like, because that happens in a normal car. That means alarms going off. You're at a light and your shit just fucking died.
Yep.
That's what that means. Where with this, it's part of the whole deal. And it just, it just feels like, the transmission's loaded and you're at a light and then the car turns off. Ooh.
Yeah.
And then you hit the gas, and you go, like, I hate that delay. It just
I hate the delay, but they've got it down to where it starts the ignition sequence as you're letting off the brake. Mm-hmm. So like it's not even after you let the brake off. It's like as soon as that brake pressure starts coming off, it does start. My problem is it's not bulletproof. There are times where that just doesn't work, and you end up surging or whatever, right? And I liken it to driving a cheap old golf cart.
Yeah,
because that's what it feels like.
Yeah,
it feels exactly like that, and it's awful. I hate it.
Yeah,
but it's supposedly, Rob, to save fuel.
yeah. Supposedly it's to save fuel while you're sitting there idling, but and I get it. Anytime the engine is not running, you're saving fuel,
right?
And anytime you're idling, people who keep track of their mileage, it's going to be shit if you idle. Yes. If you use remote start, it's going to be shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just how you're calculating. The engine is running and you're not moving. So you are getting 0 miles per gallon.
Right.
So,
anybody who's ever failed a course in college knows exactly how well a 0 averages in.
Well, and the other thing too is the when people are thinking about this, it's like, okay, so you go from, I get it. They are trying to save fuel and all that, but what they're also doing is making sure that the car gets the average that the government, gave the rating for.
Yeah.
If you turn the fucking car off, I mean, for a few years ago when the Priuses came out, there's this whole group of people that are coasters. That's what they call them. Right. They have it hypermilers. Yeah, they just have the hyper coasting and all this other shit. Every time you go, I know a guy who has one and does this.
Yeah.
And like,
he only drives 50. He parks head out.
Yep. Goes up that hill and then down the hill, and I'm like, live your life, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
there are certain times where I'm on a highway and I'm on a huge downhill stretch, and I'll just let go of the gas and just coast right in the moment. Right?
Sure.
We all do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or as a joke, you let your foot off the gas going up the hill until like your car stops accelerating. And you're like, okay, I gotta put my foot back on the gas, right? We've all done that.
Yeah. Why can't people just be like Volkswagen, that they just lie on the test? like just fucking don't make us have all this stupid shit. Just fucking lie on your test and we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're too big of you're too crucial to your country's economy. It's not like you're gonna get like actually punished.
I mean, when people are going out of their way to pay extra for a disabler for it, like, come on, man. So anyways.
All right, everybody. Now that we've done a lot of ranting about something that has nothing to do with vaping, I think it is time to call it an evening. I, on the behalf of all three of these awesome people here on this show, bid you adieu, and we say thank you for coming out this week and joining us for a laugh and a giggle and a gripe about something that really has nothing to do with anything. You want to post that?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
My WhatsApp desktop app just disconnected. I think my internet's about to go out.
All right.
I'll post it here in chat. Thank you for joining us. We will be back here next week. Same Plumes time, same Plumes channel. As always, we post a Google Meet thing in chat. If you want to come by and say hello.
Let's check it out. See if we can break it.
Are we doing a post-show hangout?
Yeah. Why not? All right, everybody.
Fuck it.
Thank you. We'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.